Hey there, fellow gamers. Today, we're diving into the exciting world of virtual reality games that you can easily play on your phone with no complicated setups or tangled wires required. Imagine stepping into a virtual world without the fuss. These games bring the magic of virtual reality straight to your fingertips. That is why in today's video, I will give you the 20 best VR games on mobile this 2024. Stick around because I have a bonus game for you at the end of this video. So without further ado, let's begin with VR Galaxy Wars. In this game, you take control of a ship's turret, defending a mothership from waves of enemy fighters. What's cool? You can move a full 360 degrees, making it an ideal game for standing up in an open space where you can freely turn around without bumping into anything fragile. Don't worry, it's not too tricky. You can play it for a good few hours. The trick? Just keep your eyes on the enemies, and your gun will automatically fire. Easy, right? So, if you're looking for some intergalactic fun on your phone without the complexity, Galaxy Wars might just be your ticket to a surprisingly enjoyable VR gaming experience. Next is Superhot Mobile. With Superhot Mobile, you can now enjoy your time-breaking action movie adventures on the go. This game is a famous VR game that received a lot of accolades. Like in the first game, time only moves when you move, and an army of red-shaded adversaries with a variety of weapons are in your way. Not only is this engaging puzzle game not a rehash of the classics, but it can be played both with and without virtual reality. This time, there are many more adversaries to defeat and challenging new stages that will put your fighting skills to the test. There's also an endless mode to attempt for those who want to push themselves to the maximum. Next is Minos Starfighter VR. This game is ought to become a permanent fixture on your phone if you're craving thrilling arcade action. Though it's a smartphone game, a lot of attention to detail has gone into making it compatible with Google Cardboard. Your Starfighter is equipped with an impressive array of useful readouts, isn't overly cramped, and has an incredibly responsive turning circle. The controller compatibility for Minos Starfighter VR is the best feature. Thus, by synchronizing a controller and taking a spin in your spacecraft, you can spare yourself some neck strain. In deep space, destroy enormous spacecraft to demonstrate your superiority as a starfighter. Next is Wrong Voyage, a cheap, simple hybrid game that combines first-person shooter, exploration, and a layer of puzzles. Short, odd, and yet fascinating is Fguiliton's short-lived mobile virtual reality game, Wrong Voyage. Investigate the otherworldly creations of the place you've found yourself in and attempt to piece together what has transpired and your part in it all. As you try to figure everything out, Wrong Voyage, a completely single-player game, can be both incredibly engaging and downright disturbing at points. Wrong Voyage is a mobile game that you can enjoy if you enjoy rather avant-garde games. Next is Sisters, VR Ghost Story. This creepy VR mobile game is best played alone with headphones. It's the first installment of what some have called a horror game series based on Otherworld Interactive's Sisters. You have no means of self-defense, so all you can do is observe the horror surrounding you. Fortunately, movement tracking is quick and accurate. Thus, you are spared the few seconds of lag that ruin other games and leave you feeling sick. The home you're imprisoned in is enormous, creepy, and full of potential to surprise you with a major scare. The entire time, the tension is kept high, but watch out so you don't throw your phone out of fear. Let's move to Eric Froemling's fast-paced multiplayer game Bombsquad VR, which combines elements of Super Smash Bros. And Bomberman, quickly devolves into chaos. To start having fun, all you need is a gamepad that works with mobile devices and a few friends. There are a ton of mini-games available in addition to the main versus mode to try to keep things new and exciting for you and your mobile gaming friends. To test your collaboration, you can play football, hockey, capture the flag, racing, and teams against artificial intelligence. For VR mobile games, Bombsquad VR is a good choice because it offers a variety of customizing possibilities for your specific bomber. Next is Zombie Shooter VR. We suggest Zombie Shooter VR if you're searching for something a little more action-packed for your portable device. Developed by Fibram, this post-apocalyptic zombie game puts you up against an army of bloodthirsty mutants in a maze of underground tunnels. Zombie Shooter VR tests the capabilities of your phone and looks a lot like something you may find in Gmod, which is powered by the Source engine. It's really simple to become engrossed in it without noticing. Many mutant murdering weapons are available for experimentation, and some of the game's claustrophobic stages can be quite difficult to complete. Zombie Shooter VR is an action game that you should definitely play if you enjoy zombie-themed games. Next is Death Skywalk from Aptica. This VR games will put your daring and balance prowess to the test. Stay upright is the only way to win in this unusual adventure game. It performs the task pretty well. There are several levels to teeter precariously above in order to keep things interesting. From straightforward cityscapes that go on for miles to hellscapes engulfed in lava, cages full of terrifying beasts that might tear you apart in an instant, and more. Although the idea is straightforward, finishing it may need a good deal of trial and error in addition to endurance and patience. Next on our list is RollerCoaster 360. This game lets you experience the thrills of an amusement park without ever having to leave your house. This imaginative roller coaster simulator, created by Reality Games, offers a lot for a smartphone virtual reality game. To begin with, there are more than 20 coasters to experience in addition to a variety of leisurely carousels for those who want a less exhilarating ride. In addition, there's a haunted house to visit for spine-tingling spooks and loud shrieks if you grow tired of the large rides. Next is the stunning platformer game BAMF VR. You can explore fantastical realms. Teleporting is the method of moving around these alien realms, which makes gameplay very easy, even on a mobile device. Because BAMF VR is truly a game for everyone, you won't have to worry about complicated controls getting in the way of exploring. You will need to search each level for crystals as you explore it. These represent the game's primary goal, but obtaining them won't be simple. In addition to simple platforming, you'll need to solve environmental riddles to get to them. BAMF VR is the perfect platformer for you if you've been searching for an enjoyable game with an easy-to-use control system and clever puzzle design. Next on our list is the first-person VR shooter Gunjack 2, End of Shift. This game has incredible graphics for a mobile game. In hectic and intense combat missions, you'll take control of a highly upgradable ship and must eliminate adversaries. There's a lot to enjoy here, with multiple challenges and a captivating story set in the EVE Online universe. To play Gunjack 2, you will need a phone that is compatible with Daydream and a VR headset. But once you've resolved it, you're going to have an incredible experience. Next is Hardcore VR. It is the game for you if you want some action while playing in virtual reality. A thrilling third-person shooter with amazing graphics, Hardcore offers both single-player and online multiplayer options. You'll be using some quite powerful shooting to take out robots as you explore the neon-lit stages. Because there is some weight behind each shot, battle seems both explosive and incredibly fast-paced. There is something for everyone in Hardcore because of the variety of modes and maps available. Despite not being the longest game, there is some replay value because of how enjoyable it is to play. Similar to how other third-person shooters operate. Nevertheless, Hardcore is a worthwhile VR game to try out on your phone if you're searching for a good third-person shooter. Next is Trail World VR. In the serene exploration game Trail World VR, you'll discover stunning locales that are all beautifully rendered in a low-poly aesthetic. Trail World VR is a single-player game whose main goal is to fully submerge you in its landscapes. You'll feel as though you're living and breathing this really excellent game thanks to its incredible soundtrack and sound effects, as well as its intriguing locations to explore. Of course, Trail World VR offers gamers on mobile devices one of the best ways to escape, even though it lacks the social component of other VR experiences. Next is Hidden Temple VR Adventure. If you've ever done an escape room in real life and wanted to try out something similar in VR with your phone, then Hidden Temple VR Adventure is for you. Utilizing an almost Indiana Jones-esque theme, this exciting adventure sees players explore an eerie yet exciting temple full of secrets and puzzles. You'll engage in point-and-click style gameplay, including combining items to solve tricky puzzles. This is certainly more of a puzzle experience, and as a result, you'll definitely want to set aside some time to truly get your claws stuck in. Next is Incell VR. A thrilling and perplexing racing/action VR experience, Incell VR is fast-paced. It is a very exhilarating treat to experience, and it is well suited for virtual reality because to its fantastical landscapes and instructional edge. Next is VR Noir. It is perfect for you if you've ever wondered what it would be like to work as a detective for a day. It is exactly what it sounds like, a virtual reality story experience built around an engrossing mystery. With outstanding performances, stunning photography, and skillful writing, this is one amazing puzzle to solve. It is, of course, even more enjoyable when experienced in virtual reality. The use of a headset allows you to feel much closer to the action than would be possible without it, which significantly heightens dramatic or exhilarating moments. Check out VR Noir if you have even the slightest curiosity in the potential of virtual reality for storytelling experiences. Next is, Attack of the Squirrels isn't only a virtual reality game, Accron. It would be unacceptable, though, to leave it out as this is easily among the greatest VR games available for mobile devices. As you can see, one player assumes the role of a tree in Accron, Attack of the Squirrels by donning a VR headset. The objective is to remove the game's titular acorns from the tree while the other players play on their phones as usual. The VR feature is the main attraction, even though it's fun to play as the squirrels. It's very exhilarating to fling a variety of missiles at approaching squirrels and even to pick them up before hurling them out into the distance. You feel big compared to the squirrels because of their sheer size, and each meeting is far more stunning in scope. It's definitely worth spending the hours on this. It's undoubtedly one of the most engaging and enjoyable VR experiences available for mobile devices. Next game is Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Like Accron, Attack of the Squirrels, Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes is among the top VR games available for mobile devices that uses more than just a VR gear. In this puzzle extravaganza, one team guides a solitary player with a headset through the incredibly difficult and stressful task of defusing a bomb by reading through a guidebook. It's safe to assume that Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes is among the greatest VR mobile games as well as puzzle games. It is really enjoyable and available to gamers of all skill levels. This is a game that you and a group of friends can get into rather quickly and for a long time despite its initial level of complexity. Next is Twilight Pioneer. Hold on to your horses for this next list. This game is ready to take you away if you've been itching for an ARPG in virtual reality. Combat in this breathtakingly stunning VR ARPG is really satisfying, with action-packed battles against a variety of fascinating foes and fearsome bosses. The stunning graphics and engrossing fantasy scenario of Twilight Pioneers are by far its best strength. It's quite delightful to go about the many in-game areas at your leisure. It truly must be experienced to be believed. Even though the gameplay isn't console caliber, you'll still have a great time with this. Last on our list is RecRoom. This game is essentially the best mobile multiplayer virtual reality experience available. You can communicate with other gamers online and personalize your avatar. If that wasn't enough, after all, who actually enjoys interacting with others? You may also play any of the several mini-games made by users who are just like you. In the RecRoom, there are many things to see and do, such paintball and laser tag. It seems to be the ideal synthesis of every VR game you can think of, collected into one adorable package. The best part is that it's totally free. Now, here is the bonus game for you. Who said racing in a virtual reality arcade couldn't be done? Nobody? That's fortunate, as All-Star Fruit Racing VR promises to provide gamers with an incredible adrenaline experience. You can play through a wide variety of game types and vibrant maps in this incredibly quick racing. Even if it may not be the exact Mario Kart VR experience that some players may have been looking for, it still provides a ton of intense enjoyment that can be had for an extremely long time. Despite the brief length of each track, there is a ton of replay value because there are secrets, shortcuts, and other things to find. All-Star Fruit Racing VR is definitely worth trying out, especially if you want to race in virtual reality. And there you have it, the 20 best VR games for mobile this 2024. Before you go, let's keep the conversation going. What's your all-time favorite VR game, and which ones are you excited to try from today's list? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's create a vibrant community of VR gamers. Thank you so much for joining me on this epic journey through the 20 best VR games on mobile in 2024. Stay tuned for more exciting updates, reviews, and gaming explorations. Until next time, happy gaming, and I'll catch you in the next virtual adventure.